Let me see, I'm now live and I'm looking for a link to this stream, so I have to check where I can find that. Webcam, manage, cancel, maybe this one, some feedback, no. Alright, I cannot, yeah, I think it's this one. Let me check in a window. Hold on. So I'm settled with the live stream setup, so I think I am streaming right now. So the idea was that I'm going to help you with the installing an add-on in Blender. So I have to move this to another screen. So I see the live chat. Let's check the live chat over here. Test 1, 2, 3. So then let's start. So I'm going to help you with installing add-ons in Blender. An add-on you have a problem with. Then I noticed that there's sometimes problem installing an add-on in Blender. We have built-in add-ons and add-ons provided by other developers, and there can be sometimes problem. It could be that you're not familiar with installing, how to install an add-on, but there can be also other problems as well. So in the live chat, if you want me to check an add-on, you can do that in the chat. So I have another screen open here, and when you type something I can see that. So then I will show you this page. You can also go over here. So you can go to this article on blenderaddons.org, and there's the latest article is LiveStream. Let's install that Pesky Addon. If you scroll down, then you have a list here what you can do when the add-on doesn't install. So first of all, I would check the instructions provided by the developer, of course. And if you download a zip file, sometimes it can go wrong. It should look like this. So you have a zip file. For example, I have here RGPack. So if I open that folder, there should be init.py. If that's not the case, for example, I remember that's with Mirror Tools. So if you download on GitHub the Mirror Tools add-on, you have to unzip it, and there you look for the folder Mirror Tools. You have to make it a zip file, and then you can install that one. So you see, if you download an add-on, and it's a zip file, you click on the zip file. So and then you see a folder there, and inside that folder you should see init.py. But it can also be that you have just one py file, Python file, and then you can just install it, and it installs like this. So let's get a new screen over here. So we go to Edit, Preferences, and then we simply go to Install. I will do it a bit slower, so I go to Edit, Preferences. Over here I go to Add-ons, then I go to Install, then I go to my Install folder, my folder where I download a lot of py files. For example, you see a few zip files, but you can also see a py over here. So you click on it. I have no idea what this is. I downloaded December 8. Not sure if I have that add-on already, so I click it now. Hold on. Material assign. So doesn't seem I have that, so we can check that out. So and then you click the install add-on, and then you should see it over here. Now in this case I had to scroll up my mouse. I have to give a little tick on my scroll wheel. I don't know why it is, but it happens. In my case it could be a clinch with another add-on. So I click here, I activate the add-on and I check. So the add-on is installed. I can save preferences if I want that. And I click refresh, and the add-on should be there somewhere. Now I have here my workspace. I filter add-ons. So in my case I have to scroll down and then I click this add-on here. I activate it. Unfortunately, I don't see anything in the preferences. There's no information on where to find that add-on. So I suppose I can so that's why it's best to read the instructions. So let's try another add-on. So I remove this add-on, preferences, I deactivate the add-on and I remove it. And often it's best to restart Blender also. So let's go to the website blenderaddons.org. Lately I'm into that is animation, character animation. Let's see if I can find something what's interesting. Rigged systems. Yeah, oh no, that's a paid add-on. And let's try let's try this a little bit an older add-on. So I click on soft mod. So let's check if that add-on will work in Blender 2.91. If you scroll down, usually I end with where to download an add-on. And let's see if this is a paid add-on or not. It's a free add-on. I bought before, I installed before, but I don't have it anymore. Let me recap what this add-on does. So this add-on will create a widget that is going to deform a mesh based on the influence of a vertex group. So I click on, if you're on Gumroad, you view content, and there you check I believe the top one is the most latest one. So then you download it. So this is a free add-on. I always open show in folder, and then I double click it to check inside the zip folder, and double click here, and there I see init.py, so that's good. I'm pretty sure that will work, unless it's not compatible with Blender 2.91. So I go to edit in Blender, I go to preferences, and then I go to add-ons, then I maximize. I go to click on install, I go to my downloads folder, and I'm looking for, let me pick, soft mod. So I type in here, I can type in soft mod to filter it. And here I see I downloaded this file today. So I click here on install add-on, I select it here, install add-on. And again, I have to give a little tick on my scroll wheel. I'm not sure why that is. Looks like it is a clinch with another add-on. So I activate it here, and I click on this triangle. Again, I don't see any instructions, so it would be nice if you see, often you see instructions here where you can find it. I don't know if it's in the M panel, in the properties panel, or somewhere else. So I click, in my case, I like to save preferences in case I want to use it the next time I restart Blender. Refresh, and I can minimize or close this window. So I open Blender, and then I go, in my case, I filter add-ons in each workspace. So I have to click here and go to workspace. I scroll down, and there I see soft mod, and here I see soft mod appearing. So that's the usual install. So yeah, to recap, to install a regular add-on, you go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, then you click on Install, you look for the add-on you just downloaded, and then you enable it, save preferences, and sometimes it's good to restart Blender for some add-ons, but often it goes alright. I can close this, and next time I start up Blender I have it here, but I have filters over here. In that case I have to click on your default save startup file. If I don't do that, I have to go, next time I start up Blender, I have to go down here again and activate this add-on for this workspace called layout. So I remove this add-on. Let's try another one. If you have a question, you can type in the chat, because I'm looking at the chat as well. So I remove the add-on, save preferences, refresh, and often it's a good idea to restart Blender. Let's look at another one. So I go to my website. I'm interested in rigging lately. Rigging or characters, animation. Let's check at Bendy bone handles. That's quite a long time ago. So you see my articles, and usually at the bottom you see where can we download the add-on, and then there are some tips. So I wrote installing the add-on as usual. Let's check that out. So you can find this on the Blender Artist. Open link, new tab. Then I scroll. Usually in the top post you find a link. Let's check that out. So I open this in a new tab again. Close this. And here I am on GitHub. I see that this add-on is still in development. I mean, there's an issue fixed or updated, is updated 7 months ago. So I expect it will work. In this case, I see it's just one file. So let me check. Yeah, I think we can click on this button, download zip file, download zip file, show in folder, Bendy bone master, we double click, we see a folder here, that's good, and there we see the init PI, so I expect that we can install that one. So we go in Blender, we go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, I can maximize it, I go to Install, I go to my folder where I usually download my add-ons, and it was called Bendy. So if I type it here, I filter it, and I see I downloaded that today. I click it, and then you will see it here. Install the add-on, and in my case I have to give a little tick on my scroll wheel, and then I activate the add-on. And let's check what the description says. Add a new Bendy bone object with handles, a view 3D, as in a viewport, add armature new Bendy bone. Alright, save preferences, refresh. I can close this. So we go over here, add. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I filter my add-ons in my workspace, so I have to go over here, and I will save my default startup file, so I don't have to do that the next time Blender starts up. I don't have to go there and activate it. So I go to add a Shift A, add, and I go to armature, and there we have the Bendy bone, so that works. It's very nice. What can we do here? The length, number of segments, and size. Well, let's go in edit mode. So that works also. Object mode, but this time don't want it in this workspace. I want it in another one. So activate it here. I go to let's go to character, workspace. Most likely you don't have that. That's the way how I set up it in Blender myself. So, and then I say save startup file. Let me see what happens here. If you have a question, you can type it in the chat if you want me to check an add-on. So that works as well. And then let's try another add-on. So I start new file, don't save. So hold on. I save my startup file. Let's check another add-on. Then we had that Bendy bones works as well. Let's check rigging. Oh, wiggle bones core tools. I believe there is an issue with core tools, so let's check what's going on with that one, because I had some comments. I had some report problems. I checked my website and YouTube. People have a problem. Someone had a problem with the core tools. He says it doesn't work in Blender. It says installed, but never appear in the add-ons. Okay, so let's check that out. So I go down. Where can I download? You can download on GitHub. Here you need to unzip the folder first. That's often a problem. Then find a folder called Blender. Then zip the folder Core Tools, etc. So let's check that out. Open link a new tab, and there I see this might be a problem. Core Tools. the latest update is 15 months ago. Was here Blender code was 4 hours ago. Wow. So it's fixed 4 hours ago. So we go to, let's read the instructions, always best. Download installation, local drive, if done, share to unzip. Alright. So I go here, I download the zip file, then I have to wait a little bit. Show in folder, core tools, then I know I need to unzip it. Let's check how that looks like. So we have core tools and there's no init file, so as I wrote in the beginning, install addon, you should see like this. So if you have a zip file, you click on a folder, you see one folder, you open that folder, and there you should see an init file. That's not the case here, so pretty sure we need to unzip it, and we see that also in the instructions. So we click on that file, we say extract all, extract. So that's pretty big. Here we are in the zip file. Then I think we have to go to Blender, core tools, and if you click here we see the init, so that's good. So we click on core tools, right click, and we say we need to zip it. Where is it? Send to compressed zip file. That's quick. So now I go in Blender, I go to Edit, Preferences, Addons, Install. I select my folder, and there I core tools. So I don't select this zip file, but the extracted zip file. I go in there, I think, Blender, and this is the folder I just zipped. So install addon, and as I said earlier, I have to give a little click on my scroll wheel, not sure why that is, and then I activate the addon here, and hopefully I don't get any errors, so that's perfect. Then I open this one to see some information. So we can find it, locations, as here, find in the view 3D tools, so that's the M panel, cutout animation. That's cool. So preferences, check for an update. Alright, save preferences, refresh. Now I want to, because I have workspaces, I filter addons in each workspace, so I want to enable it in my workspace called animation. So I click here on this workspace settings, and there I have a list. I check here filter addons. So I scroll down and I want to activate the core tools in this workspace called addon. Scroll up, so I go to my default workspace and I save my startup file, so next time Blender start up I don't have to go to my addon workspace and then enable the addon again. So I have that the next time. So that's perfect. Yeah, I'm not going into how the addon works, but I remember it's quite a nice addon. So if you want to read more about it, so it's pretty interesting. Let's try the next addon. So again, if you have a question, I believe you can type in the chat. I didn't see any questions yet. Not sure if it, maybe it's not working, not sure. But then let's check another addon. Let's check here. So as I said, I'm interested in animation lately. So let's check. I've got animation here. Growth nodes is interesting. I believe, is this an add-on? I forgot. This is a paid add-on, so I want to talk about free add-ons. Mesh tension. Yeah, let's try that out. So go to add-on mesh tension. In short, what happens is that you can animate something like a character, and then you can I forgot how it works, but anyway, we are talking about installation of add-ons. Let's do that. So if you scroll down in my articles, you go down and you go to where to download the add-on, etc., or how to install it. That's how I end the articles usually. So open it in a new tab. I close a few tabs over here. Mesh tension, and usually in the first post the developer will update his first post. So we see here version 1.1.3. So to scroll down, that's a big story. So I think I need version 1.3. So I just click on it. So in this case it's only a py file, one py file. So I show in folder just to be sure. I had that same add-on already, so let's check. So I go to edit, preferences. I click on here, so I see all my add-ons. I double check if I don't have this add-on already. It seems so. What did I do? Let's check here. 1.3. Yeah, I have that already, but I will remove it. Remove this add-on. Remove. Save preferences. Refresh. So let's check. So I click install, then I go to my folder where I download all my add-ons. I type in tension here in this area above, and then I click the one I downloaded today. It's the same anyway, but I'm curious by the way, because I see one, I think it's not a problem. So I have to click it, so I see it here. Install add-on, and in my case again I have to give a little scroll on my scroll wheel. I click on this box, save preferences, refresh, and I open it so I can see where I can find it. I can find it in the properties, mesh data. Alright. Let's check mesh data. There's the properties panel, and the mesh data is over here. Oh, I always forget. I have to go to my filters, because again I have workspaces here, and I filter add-ons for each workspace. So I have a workspace for ArcVis, animation, organic modeling, characters, and my own add-ons. So I go down here in my list, and under this tab, mesh tension. That's that. Then I click on the mesh data. I believe that is this one, and there I find indeed tension maps. I forgot how it works exactly, but we are talking about how to install add-ons. So new, let's check another add-on again. So again, if you have questions, if you want me to check an add-on, let me know in the chat. There's a chat here. So I think we do one more example. So we go to the website. Let's see if we can find another add-on under rigging. I'm interested in that lately. Rig and bones, code tools, rig flags. That's a long time ago. Let's check rig flags. I forgot all about it. So you have my article, you scroll down and there you should see something like where can I download and how to install. So download at GitHub, you see a green button, choose for download, edit preference, so that looks very simple. So we go to the GitHub. I think we see a problem here because this add-on is updated 2 years ago. In that case, a big chance it won't work for Blender 2.91. What I can do, you see here a drop down, master, and sometimes you see more branches. Click on all branches. No. Then it could be sorry that people forked it, and that are people making an update. So someone else copied this add-on and did their own thing. Wait, 2 branches. Master, updated 2 years ago. I don't think it will work. Let's see. Let's go here. 2.80. I think we will get a problem. So I see an init file and rig flags. So, and that means I tried download zip file. Show in folder. I click on it. That's good. I see one folder, and if I'm going to double click now, I should see an init file. That's good. So rig flags master. We go to Blender, edit, preferences, add-ons. Then I click on install, go to my download folder, and I type in rig flags, F, that one, rig flags master, install add-on, modules installed. Okay, it just installed. Tool shelf, let's enable it. Oh, no error. That's amazing. So tool shelf, that is then the M panel, rig flags. So rig flags, I think I will put it in my workspace character, I think. As I said, I am filtering add-ons per workspace. So for me that means I go to the workspace settings. Most likely you don't have to do it, but that's the way how I do it. And then I enable animation rig flags. Alright, then I save my startup file, so the next time I start a Blender I don't have to do the settings in the workspace again. Character. So I don't see it appearing in the M panel, but that could be because I don't have an armature or something. Sometimes you need that. Something appears. Rig flags, there it is. So sometimes you didn't see the add-on, but sometimes an add-on here in the end panel get activated when you have under particular circumstance. For example, in my case, I have to add armature and then the add-on pops up. I don't know how the add-on works, but I have to check that. So I think that was it. I don't see any questions. So, but we had quite some examples. We had a single PY file, and we checked some add-ons. So you can check the article here on Blender add-ons. Where is it? You can check, there are some tips. Oh, and I forgot something. There is a page over here. I will provide a link as well. So, and that's a link, add-on install guide, how to install Blender add-ons, complete guide. There's also a French version, and well, like what I said, you should see in a PY file, in a zip file, how to install it. So you go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and then there, Install. Alright, yeah, you see this link also in my article. So if you go home, you see this article over here, and then you see a link. You can also check this article on GitHub. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time. I hope next time you have some questions, because then I really can help you live. How is that? Alright, so see you next time.